Good, thanks. Yeah, you know the old saying, worst thing about aquariums is freaking water. It's not a happy day, it's not a good start. It would seem that I possibly didn't turn the hose off, or it's leaking, or it's dribbling, but either way, water everywhere, it's on the freaking ground again. In what will probably be the last time I say this, happy Saturday, fish keepers, and welcome to a day in the life of running a tropical fish store that is closing down. We'll go to plan today. We'll get this leak not leaking. Clearly it still is. Pretty much the only thing I really have on my agenda is getting that done. Anything major at least, so lights aren't on yet. Shouldn't be too far away, would hope. And depending on customer load, we will drain through here as well. Get that done, which will basically just leave tanks with fish in it. Oh yeah, and there's rainbows, so we shouldn't deal with that. So yeah, we took the puffers out yesterday, chucked them into the display tank, they're ready to rock and roll, so I can drain that one as well, turn the heater off. That's kind of where that's at with that. Before we get too deep into the video, how's everyone feeling after yesterday's Fanatics Friday coffee date when we learnt all about mud skippers? It was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know, or didn't know, I do not know much about mud skippers and still really don't. But it was really cool to have all that information just openly available and to learn so much about them. So yeah, that was really good. If you are into unique fish / amphibians / things that aren't fish, that are not amphibians, you know what I mean, definitely check it out. It was really interesting, and I 100% learned some stuff, and it's got my fuel or thirst for mud skippers just a little bit deeper. So yeah, how are we all feeling after that? Have you watched it? What do you enjoy about it? If you haven't watched it, why not yet? Well and truly worthwhile. The sun is most definitely out, and so is the sign, 10 o'clock. Let's do it for the last time on Saturday morning. Righty-woo! It's time for today's algorithm gauger. This is where you like the video, and if you haven't yet, you subscribe. I ask you a simple question. You answer it in the comments. The YouTube algorithm picks it up, shows people this video, shows more people the Fanatics Friday coffee tape, and that right there is a good time. For the record, thank you the Fish Room family. It is working incredibly well. We're getting more and more people to the live stream, getting more and more people watching after the fact. It is working from the bottom of my heart. I thank the shit out of you guys. Well and truly, big time. Not truly big, Anyway, ramble like I normally do. Today's question for the algorithm engager is this one. If there is one thing that you could change in the entire world, what would it be? For me, it would be the hate. There's zero reason for there to be hate in this world. Like, it's just ridiculous. We're all floating around on this big ass rock. Why can't we just get along? Like, there's zero need for hate. Like, zero. Just because someone thinks something different to you, so fucking what? Just because old mate believes something else, then you don't believe it? Who cares? How does any of that impact your life? Just stop the hate, enjoy each other, get a fish tank, live the dream. Not that there's much in there at the moment because, we're closing down, we're selling stuff, but there's no need for the hate. Just, let's get on. You don't have to see eye to eye with everybody. There's no need to hate though, like it's just ridiculous, but that's just me. It was a song by that band, Why Can't We Be Friends? It's not the Lost Prophets, it's somebody else. Anyway, that's today's algorithm engager. If there was something in the world that you could change, what would it be? So I recorded a little bit of bonus content. Bonus. For the members, aka the Fish Room family. So we'll release that tomorrow. It is a bit of an update on the Frontosa tanks. I'm just finishing the thumbnails, description, all that kind of stuff for that. And then while I'm on the arse end of the computer, we will be doing the Fanatics Friday coffee date stuff for next week and the 3 Little Aquarium stuff for next week. 3 Little Aquarium's topic is an AMA. Basically, You guys can ask us anything you want. Might be a bit of fun, might be a flop. You never know when it comes to our podcast because, hey, it is what it is. That's how we roll. And the Next Friday Coffee Date guest, can't pronounce his name, haven't got it confirmed just yet. But I can tell you his YouTube channel is Killy or Corey. So that is going to be a good time. A hobbyist breeder from Australia. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. He's been breeding a few Corys recently as well. So that'll be a good time. Just a wee bit of an update with the, what was Sino-y in here. It does look like the mystery snails have chomped it back, so that's kind of cool too. A little bit of blackbeard on some of these plants. We'll see if they begin chewing through that as well. They've definitely done work on the Sino on this end, which is pretty neat. Alright, so I need this pump at home for the Frontosa tank. When that video is released tomorrow or tonight or whatever, you will see why. So I'm going to replace it with this one. Get that in there, get that done. That will at least give me a test to whether or not my idea is working or not. Once I've done that, I'm not doing anything else as far as sorting out and cleaning everything out. Being this is the last set day, I'm going to come in next set day and do some more anyway, and I'm kind of over it. I just need a little bit of decent headspace to not do that kind of stuff. So I'm going to fix this, or sort this out, get this going, chuck a heater in there because I haven't tested which heater is busted yet, zip zip zap, and then I'm just going to jump on the computer and do stuff, drink coffee, and you know, talk to customers when they come in, and that'll probably be it. But we'll see how we go as far as videos go for it. Before I do that though, I've got a plan. Whether or not the plan's a good one, I don't know, but I got a plan. So, I said I'm going to put, we can pan it around. Big tank, Frontosa go in there. Clown loaches go in there. Happy day so far. This tank here, as long as everything fits, this is going to work. This tank here is going to be for all the Corydoridines, and my L numbers, and there might be a little bit of overflow with the odd fish that hasn't get sold between now and then. Maybe a couple of schools of tetras that I like. I'm going to put my plants in here as well. That's like the missing thing that I've been trying to work out the entire time. So we're going to sand it up to make the Corys happy. Sand it up, build it up at the back for some of the plants. And that'll be it. So I'm going to kind of do what I wanted to do in the big tank, like a bit of a rainforest type vibe. More South American type vibe, because that's where most of the fish and most of the plants that I have are, excluding some cryptocoryne. So that's kind of where we're at with that. That is the plan. I'll show you what plants we're going to put in there. So like I've got my red lotus, Uruguensis sword. I've got a few different cryptocorynes hanging up around here, and I've got lots of Anubias and things like that. Marthi swords. Won't worry too much about Twisted Vallis in the area. Maybe the Balance, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, there's a lot of sort of random plants out here. Crypsia lata, Aponogetons hanging around. Another lotus there, so there should be enough room to fill these up. Got lots of bits of Anubias hanging around on rocks and stuff like that too. So I think that's going to be the best option when it comes to it. There's not a heck of a lot of plants, and it's not going to fill it up by much, but it's going to fill up enough. But these are a lot of these are my sort of favourite plants, or slightly harder to get ones here in New Zealand. Provifolus and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we are at with that. Traditionally, cryptocorynes, Echinodorus, Anubias, Aponogetons, lotus lily plants, that's kind of my jam, that's my interest when it comes to plants. So ideally, stepping back into the hobbyist scene, I'd like to get myself a decent collection going of them. Over the last couple of years, I don't want to say I've neglected my plants, but I have neglected my plants, and I've kind of forgotten where some of them are, and I've lost a few just from sort of neglect. So in time, I'd like to bring that back into my hobby, along with some of the fish as well. So those plants I don't want to get rid of because I like them, and I'd like to continue in the plant side of it as well. So yeah, should be able to keep BMW going and pretty much set up the way it is. I might thin out some of the plants, but BMW should be able to make its way home the way it is with the glow light. Danios, a couple of Otocinclus, and these plants. So I'm pretty content with that. It's actually going quite nicely, albeit a little bit of blackbeard algae, but yeah. So BMW should fit quite nicely, a little slot at home, inside my house even. How dare I? And then I've got a few things like these Java ferns on coconuts, different variants of that, and Anubias and stuff like that. So I could probably put them into the loach tank. It wouldn't matter too much. There'll be a lot of wood, really wood heavy loach tank, so I'm going to try and keep as much of my wood as I can. Giggity. And yeah, rock and roll from there. So, and like various crypts hanging around the shop as well. So yeah, most of them I'm quite happy to get rid of because they're easy enough to get hold of, but not all of them. So but no idea what this one is. Came out of a tissue culture pot and I forgot exactly what it was, so might bury a wee spot for them, I might not. And I guess here in New Zealand with the recent amount of tissue cultures coming in, I kind of feel like if I do let go of a couple of plants, I can get them again in the future because they are now more readily available like they weren't before. Like the crinum, for example, just wasn't available, and now they come in tissue culture. I'm not getting rid of it, but I feel a little bit better that they are around, so yeah. As for the Macolgi tank, I don't quite know what we're going to be rolling with that. Like, I love it so. It is gorgeous, and I do like the aquarium as well. I just don't quite know where I'm going to be able to make it work. Like, I do have a spot in my house. I don't know if I want to put it in my house. If I put that in my house like this, my wife and family will go, "Oh, that's boring, put something colourful in there." But like, it's the subtle nuances that I really enjoy about this aquarium. So I don't know if it'll make it into my house, but we will possibly see. If not, there probably is a spot in my garage. It'll be an argument between this tank and maybe a desk to do live streams on. But we'll see how we go with that. Or I could take the whole tank home, pull it apart, not be a Macolgi tank, and put something bright and colourful in it. But we'll see how we go. Turns out I'm a great big dirty old liar, because I'm draining some tanks. We'll get this one done at least. Then that's empty. Make a move. And we'll deal with these ones next week. Yes, we will. Once it's done, I'll jump on the computer, get computer stuff done, and enjoy the day. It's also dawned on me that I can get through this. My wife is away next week with the children, which means I can do a few late nights, which might be fun. Well, probably won't be fun, but I can do a few late nights, which in turn might mean some longer content, although I think we do it too long already, or maybe some extra videos, or maybe I just work late without the camera, get shit done, y'all. Just put a pretty heavily black-beard indented piece of wood in here. The dwarf African butterflies have been hanging around chewing bits of algae and bits of stuff out of it, which is kind of cool. But I'm just curious to know if the blue mysteries will do anything to this as well. But it's interesting that the African butterflies are having a wee chew. I'm assuming they're getting bits as opposed to eating the algae, but I guess we'll know in a couple of days' time. Interesting developments. And for the very last time on a Saturday, we're locked up and we are closed. That's it. 3 years and all we get is a good luck. I don't recall saying good luck. Tune in for more Simpsons references to try and make the awkward less awkward.